How many gay people have you seen in your church?
And mine?
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't seen any, actually.
Not one.
Not one.
Oh, come on.
Look in the mirror, brother.
Hey, so we're back. Got a special guest today. He was former Laredo High School pitcher from United South High School. Big guy. Remember watching him pitch against LBJ. They had the 5:00 game, and oddly enough, what I do remember about this kid was that as a pitcher, he had his sleeves rolled up. That was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen on a baseball field. But anyways, yeah. So we're here with Jesus Paez. It's a pleasure to have him here. He's got a great story. I hope you guys listen to it. It's a great comeback story. Comeback's always greater, and it's always the struggle that makes it happen. Going through that process, knowing that whether or not you're ever going to get back on the field, that is what we strive for, because we just never know. I mean, we've had a lot of athletes here, as we know, Danny. A lot of athletes that come through ELEV8. Some have had to transfer. Some have had to go to other schools. Some have had to, stop playing. And so the idea of not being on the field for 2 years, going through some stuff, and then coming back, and then we'll touch base on how and where, and the awesome story about your hard work, your dedication, your commitment, your discipline to making it work. And we'll relate it back to a story that happened when you were in high school to some of your old buddies. So it's going to be a great conversation. It's going to be a great piece. Grab your popcorn. Danny, welcome, man. Long time no see.
Bro, it's been a while, man. A little rusty.
Yeah.
But we're back. Let's get right into it, man. Actually, before we do start, guys, please subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends. Go follow our Instagram, Facebook. I think we have a Twitter, right?
Yeah, Twitter,
Facebook,
TikTok.
Instagram, everything. Go follow our pages to stay updated with every time we upload and any deals or different camps, stuff like that we have going on here at the lab. But
Absolutely.
Paez, let's get started with your childhood, man. Where are you from?
I'm from Laredo, Texas. Born and raised.
Unfortunately, from Laredo, Texas.
Yeah, born and raised here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What schools did you go to?
I went to elementary school. I went to Alicia Reese Elementary School. And then after that, I went to United South Middle School. Straight after that, I went back to United South High School. After that, Laredo College.
And when did you start playing ball?
I started pretty late. I know everybody starts like around, 3, 4?
Yeah, 5,
Yeah, T-ball. I started when I was 9.
Okay.
About to turn 10. So I know I started pretty late in the game. I think my dad was like, we're going to put you against 15-year-olds just so I could catch up to the game. Worst idea ever. I got hit every single time.
Still do.
Were you as taller than everybody at that point?
Not much. I think it took me a while to gain the height. I think maybe 8th grade is when I started seeing a lot of height coming in. But I wasn't really as tall as young. In elementary, not really. Not that I remember. Middle school, around 8th grade, going into 8th grade, I just remember coming back and being taller than everybody else.
So for those of you watching, Paez is, you can't really tell, but he is 6'5", 260 at one point. We'll get into it here shortly. At one point, you were what, 330?
320 was my max weight
320.
that I hit.
Yeah. So now he's 260. Body transformation, it's insane. Strength. I mean, we'll have some good laughs. Moving forward, because there were some funny things that he did being here in the lab that only a few people can actually attest to.
Yeah.
Alyssa being one of them. She can definitely attest to what she saw and what I saw. But yeah, we'll get into that soon.
Yeah.
So you started young. So you guys had a probably the best team United South ever had. Was that with Marco Raya,
Yeah.
with
Greg,
Campos, and
Devin was there.
Devin?
Devin was there.
Was Miller time on that team?
Miller was a freshman when I was
Okay.
a senior.
Okay, so he was still a very, very young kid,
Yeah.
very young buck on that team. But that team was solid. The team that you
It was a
guys were.
really good team.
Yeah.
Really good team. So I know I was supposed to graduate 2019, but I graduated 2018. Greg was throwing fast. I think he was a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
Raya, I mean, that guy, monster
Raya
up there.
was just doing Raya stuff.
Yeah, that guy was
Yeah.
a monster up there. Devin, really good pitcher. I think our pitching was pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really stacked pitching. Miller time, pretty good as well. Yeah, it was just a great team that we had.
Where did you fall in there?
I never considered myself the ace in there, but I knew I would start all the games, most of the games. It would just be me and Raya. Start one game, Raya will start the next game. Then I would start the next game, then Raya will start the next game. I had a best friend in there, Agent Ramirez. Nasty knuckleball.
Mhm.
Nasty knuckleball. He was our closer for each game. And but they would consider me the starter in United South. All 4 years that I was there, I was
Okay.
considered the starter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And during that process, when you were playing there with those are, I mean, some of those guys are still in the game. I mean, we know Raya with the Twins, and is Greg still playing?
I think he is either in Ohio,
Was he in Iowa
somewhere in Iowa.
Okay.
I think it's
And
his last year.
Devin?
Yeah, Devin's still playing Our Lady of the Lake University.
Okay.
I think it's his final year already.
Okay.
I don't know if he's gonna continue going. Hopefully he does. He's a good
Right.
pitcher, so
Right.
hopefully he continues playing after.
Okay. That's he's there in San Antonio.
Yeah, he's in San Antonio.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, but good thing for you. Reason you're sitting here is because you did make an incredible comeback, and we'll get into that soon. But throughout that journey, did you play T-ball? I mean, you didn't play T-ball. You played
No.
what? Pony?
Yeah,
Little
I played
League?
Pony, Little League, American League.
Okay.
Played with them.
Okay.
It's kind of lost on the teams that I played with. My dad would have me in so many teams because
Okay.
he's like, you did start late, so I'd be like in 5 teams, and I didn't even know what team I'm playing for. I didn't even know who I was playing with, my teammates, because as soon as one game ended, all right, we got to go over here now. And then, boom, after that, I still played in Nuevo Laredo in the Tamaulipeca League.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that second game was finished, all right, now we got to cross to Nuevo Laredo. Now we got to play here. So it'd be like 3 games in one day. And then the next day we had more games with more teams. So I played in a lot of leagues. I don't remember either which one was my favorite league, but I played in a lot of leagues young. I think it was a great way to catch up to the sport,
Yeah.
learning about the sport.
Playing all those games, do you have a favorite moment, favorite team, favorite coach? Not talking high school. We're just talking.
Yeah. I think my favorite coach would be Chapa.
Yeah?
Chapa. He was my pitching coach.
Okay.
He's the one who really started getting me into pitching.
Okay.
I didn't start off as a pitcher. I started off as a first baseman.
Right.
Horrible first baseman.
Yeah.
Horrible. I cannot hit. I cannot catch. But
So I guess some of those things still remain the same.
yeah, some of those things. Yeah, you give me a bat right now.
Nothing's
nothing has
changed.
You give me a bat right now. I'm not
C19
hitting.
hit and nothing has changed.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I'm a PO. If I wasn't a PO, I would never play in college. But Chapa helped me out. He's like, why are you even a first baseman if you can't hit?
Right.
So he put me in the pitching game, started teaching me how to pitch, some curveballs, changeups, worked on my speed. He's helped me out a lot. So he'd be my favorite pitching coach that's helped me out the most.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll just touch on the coaches at South that have done a remarkable job with what they've done with that team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys went pretty far. I mean, for like 3 years, you guys were 4 years, solid teams.
Yeah.
Solid teams. Those were really, really strong teams. It was It was really fun to go watch those teams play as well. So after that, did you ever play travel ball? Was there any travel ball? Like, you know how they have the what are those Premier Leagues, and what else do they have?
The Canes.
Yeah. No, I never played travel ball.
No.
I never played outside of Laredo.
Okay.
We
so-
didn't have the money.
Okay.
I got invited to a lot of them.
Right.
And I guess I was considered somewhat of a good pitcher. I
Right.
remember always getting invited, but my parents would be like,
No,
no,
we're not doing
we're
it.
not going. So I never went to travel. It was always, I think the furthest I ever played was San Antonio. It was like one game.
Really?
That's about it.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And considering your size, I mean, when did you get to this size? How, excuse me. When did you get to like 6'5"? Dude, because you're not your prototypical Laredo guy.
Yeah, no.
Dude, like you're like you stand out like
Yeah. Yeah, like a button. I think freshman year is when I started hitting the 6 foot mark.
Okay.
And then every year since then, just been growing and growing. I know I hit 6'5" my freshman year of college. And then that's where I think my height just peaked, just
Okay.
6'5".
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. I know you have 2 brothers, correct? Do you have
Yes.
any other siblings?
No, I
Or it's
just
just
have
2
2 brothers.
brothers?
Yeah, I'm the
Okay.
middle child.
And they're what are they also like 6 plus?
Yeah. My youngest brother, he's 6'3".
Okay.
My oldest brother's 6'1". And then
Okay.
my parents are like 5'7". So I don't know where I got the height from.
His parents, right? Yeah. His parents.
Yeah, suppose it. I don't know.
Been confirmed by your mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen the birth certificate, but yeah.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, my
Pops is pops and
pops
mom
is pops, mom is mom. 5'7", I came out 6'5". I don't know. I'll just
Yeah.
believe him.
That's
I had the same problem
crazy.
too, bro. Yeah, going into high school.
Yeah.
How was that? Were you starting on varsity freshman year?
No,
You had to work your way up.
So freshman year, I kind of had a little accident.
Like you shit yourself or what?
No. I didn't know school and baseball were together,
What do you
so I
mean?
didn't care about school.
So what, you just didn't go to class or what?
No, I still went to class. I still passed all my classes, but
Okay.
there was this one class I was kind of struggling with. I think
Right.
it was like algebra.
Okay.
And then, but they messed me up my schedule. I didn't start off with algebra. They just put me directly in algebra 2.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm like, they're like, I talked to my counselors, like, hey, look, all the algebra classes are filled. Like, if you take it, you won't have to take algebra 1. I'm like, okay, cool. But I was like, oh, I'm not going to pay attention too much because that my excuse is like, I'm supposed to take algebra 1 and I'm already in algebra 2. So because I didn't pay attention too much to it, I think I got like a 69.
All right.
And I didn't even know I hit a 69. I was like, whatever. And then I went to one of the games because I was invited to the varsity games. They even gave me the varsity gear and everything. I was going to be varsity. And then the coach is like, dude, you failed. Like, we're going to put you down in JV and you're not going to play half the semester. And I was like, why? He's like, you have a 69. You have all A's and then just 169. And I told him my situation. He's like, okay, I don't care. Like, you're still failing. So my freshman year, I played JV. Second semester, then I was like, okay, pick up my grades, all A's from there. Then sophomore, starter, varsity, junior, starter, varsity, and senior, starter, varsity as well.
So did any of your family, I know you have 2 other brothers and your dad and your mom. So there's 4 others.
Yeah.
Did anybody go play college ball, pro ball, anything?
No, I'm the first one in all my family that has even played in high school and up.
Okay.
I know my dad has played, never passed middle school.
Okay.
Like, he never played in high school. And then I'm the first one ever to play in high school
college?
and college ball.
Okay. That's crazy. That's really good. Well, you broke the mold then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's more and more nowadays you're seeing more and more of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that's typical. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Really hard to do, especially someone like yourself that you set out 2 years, and didn't even know if you would have the opportunity to ever go back.
Yeah.
So you played your high school. So then your junior year, what happened? You were in varsity.
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all? What year did you guys go all the way, to state?
Okay, so that actually was 2019.
Okay. So
I
that
had
was the
graduated.
team.
Yeah.
That was the team right after you.
2018, we made it, I think, first round playoffs.
Okay.
And we were doing good at first.
Uh-huh.
And then Eric Nixon came in and hit a grand slam on me. And
Wait, did he actually? On you?
on me
Wow.
twice.
Wow.
2 grand slams.
Yeah. And then the next
No,
day he
bro.
comes
What?
up. Yeah.
No,
No,
I
he
didn't
did
say
not.
that on camera, bro.
It's on
But
video.
anyways,
It's on video.
it's on
Bro.
video.
Yeah, it's on video.
Bro, you could have kept that from us, bro. Nobody would have known. No, the entire
It's on
internet knows.
video.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good thing he's with the Yankees now, right?
Yeah. They weren't even on the same day.
Bro,
Yeah. So Mac High
Yeah.
got you.
That was the first round, and we were doing pretty good at first. It was solid first three innings, I think.
Mhm.
After that, I guess my speed started slowing down, and I started struggling a little bit. And I guess the nerves got to me there, and started kind of hitting off me. Errors on the field, and we kind of just got eliminated first round.
Oh.
I know the next year they went to state though.
Yeah. Okay. That was the year with what was that? Westlake or Lake Travis that they lost to with Beatty. Beatty, the guy that's
Yeah. I remember that story.
Yeah, I remember the story because of Miller.
Yeah.
He still has the video where Beatty hit one. I think he went
Still going.
1 for 3. No, I think he hit it off the wall. He got a double off, but then the other 2 times he didn't do anything. Popped him up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, senior year, you went to the first round of the playoffs.
Yes.
Aaron Nixon
Bomb.
owned you.
Yeah. I don't want to say own, but I struck him out the third time.
Just tell it how it is.
Yeah,
it don't
bro,
matter. Bro.
it's okay.
That part doesn't
After
matter.
8 runs, 8 ribbies, bro. Yeah. Hey, yeah, it's all good.
He didn't even swing the bat the last at bat. So.
Okay.
He probably felt bad, bro. Let's be honest. He felt bad.
I saw him the next week after that. He comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, bro." He just handshakes me. I'm like, "Dude, thanks, I guess."
Yeah.
I know. So he felt bad. I won't lie.
That's crazy.
He probably never saw you in baseball. Well, no. After that, you went where? After your senior year,
I went to Laredo College.
You went to Laredo College, which no longer exists for baseball.
Yeah,
which is a great, the biggest and greatest travesty that could ever happen to Laredo. Baseball is a sport that the kids have an opportunity, that baseball players have the opportunity to go and give their best shot and go play in one of the premier best conferences in JUCO.
Yeah.
And it's just been taken away from the youth of Laredo, and that's such a shame because Coach Troy Van Brunt did a phenomenal job for over 2 decades.
Yeah.
Did a phenomenal job. It might be over 3 decades. I'm not sure, but he did a phenomenal job in raising money and doing the things they needed to do to bring that program up and get it to a solid ground where kids wanted to go play. And I guess the kids here in Laredo, I mean, that's where I got my first opportunity. I got to play there with my childhood best friend, and we got to play there, and we all went our separate ways.
Yeah.
After that, but that gave me my start. LC gave me my start, and the rest is history. But it gave you the opportunity to start, and it gave that taste in your mouth, and it gave you a good and bad taste. Hey, I'm playing college ball, and then what happened then? Because you were in the middle of that, right?
Yeah. So after LC.
No. So you were playing spring semester. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you were driving somewhere.
Yeah, we were driving.
So this is the middle of the season.
Yeah, this is actually the middle of the season. I don't know if it's a little bit past the season, but I think it was middle of the season where I think we were driving to Coastal Bend.
Okay.
And then.
Damn, it was that conference?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
it's a solid conference.
It was a pretty hard conference.
Yeah, Sanjak, Alvin, Wharton.
Sanjak, Alvin.
Yeah, No, it was a solid. No. I know there's a lot of people that they downplay JUCO, but no. I've been to the nationals in JUCO for track and field, and I saw the third fastest man run the 100-meter dash in the world.
Yeah.
I saw a man run a 9. I think it was a 9.69 or 9.71 or something like that. The third fastest time in the world at JUCO National.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's no joke, man. I just saw a bunch of thoroughbreds running. I mean, it was crazy, the craziest thing I've seen. And you see a lot of JUCO guys, they'll go to JUCO for a year or semester, go play, and then move on.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go, and I don't know why. I understand why people look down on it, but baseball is so competitive now that if you're not working all the time at your craft, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Because the transfer portal has made it a nightmare. We saw what A&M did. Guys go to Texas. Guys go back to A&M. Then guys go all over the Big 12 to the SEC. Guys that were starting at some of those other schools, guess what? Now they have to jump ship.
Yeah.
And it causes a snowball effect. And it's tough. It's tough. You're always, and I know like JUCO guys that go, we had some guys go JUCO, and then they're getting ready to leave, and then they get notified that, hey, thank you but no thank you, because they've got somebody, let's say from Texas or Oklahoma or Houston transfer down, now you don't have a spot anymore.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's the craziest thing. So you're driving to a game. Sorry, you're driving to a game, and what happens?
Yeah, so we were driving to a game. I know I was supposed to start in, and I was actually talking with Beto Cervantes about, because we know that these guys were just a bunt machine. These guys just practiced their bunts and bunts. So we're trying to have a game plan about it.
Right.
And then midway, our coach just stops the bus and tells us like, "Oh, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna have to answer something real quick." Leaves the bus. 2 minutes. Comes right back up, says, "Hey guys, season's canceled. We're going back home." And we're all in shock. We're like, "Oh, like, why, right?" He didn't answer any questions. He's like, "I'll let you guys know back in Laredo." We made it back into Laredo. He said, "Hey guys, like, because of COVID, the season is canceled. I don't know if you guys are gonna keep your eligibility or not. So just keep that in mind, that this season might, like, even though we didn't finish the season, we did play over a game. And that could just say that you already wasted an eligibility." So we just got home and they didn't let us practice. They had to turn in all our gear, turn in everything. It's like, okay, but baseball is just gone. And we had to wait till the next year to find out if baseball was going to come back.
Right.
So they told us, like, a lot of baseball players, they already had some offers everywhere, other places. But coach said, like, no, like, he was telling us, like, we're pretty sure baseball is going to come back for next year. So we're okay. So I went back to LC. Coach said, "Hey, like, we're going to have the same offer. Going to be our starter. We're going to have baseball again." So I applied again, classes. And as soon as school starts, he told me that baseball is over. Like, baseball is officially gone out of Laredo College. And I think they transitioned it to esports now. Crazy, right?
To what?
Esports.
Esports.
Can you figure out what that is or no? Don't tell them.
Yeah. I'm guessing games of some sort.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're in touch.
PC console gaming.
Oh yeah, that's gonna help. Yeah, that's gonna help a lot. Yeah. That's gonna help people become mentally tough for the obstacle. Life is not easy, and don't ask for it to be easy, and it's gonna be hard, and it's gonna chew you up and spit you out. And esports is not gonna give it to you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Yell at the screen?
Some of them even punch the screen.
Yeah. Well, I know guys that get deleted for 3 days because they tell a shooter that we're playing. What's those games? What's that? What's a little peep? What's it called?
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
He was playing Call of Duty, and a sniper got him from on top of the thing.
Bro.
And he said,
Bro.
he called the sniper down. He called the sniper down.
Bro's not even trying to be like low key about it. Just
guy trying to. No, this happened today. I was just talking to him. I can't say his name, but you guys saw him when he left. No, you didn't see him because you got. But yeah, he was just here. He got banned for 3 days because he called the sniper to come down on the, I guess, the mics or whatever. Mike, it's just stupid, bro. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't like that they switched from, like, it's just not baseball itself. It's all athletic departments.
Well, yeah.
Gone.
So from what I understood, it was like tennis, soccer.
Yes, men's and women's soccer.
And something else were softball, I think, were nationally ranked.
Softball and tennis were nationally ranked.
Yeah. And soccer.
Yeah. And soccer too.
Yeah.
They were all
nationally ranked. They just banned all of it. The opportunity for the athletic youth in Laredo to go and participate at a high level, and they robbed them.
Yeah. It's over.
The school just robbed them.
Well,
and if they really think about it, it's kind of like what Pony League does here. They have that World Series here. Think about the restaurants, the hotels, the Ubers, the Lyfts, the mall.
Yeah.
Okay, all these people are getting money. All these people, the airports.
Yeah.
I mean, all the taxes, the city. I mean, they make money. You know, so you got to go back and think about, well, okay, what were they doing wrong? They need to get a president in there. Typically, when a college is going bad, okay, they usually get a president that knows how to push sports.
Yeah.
Because what happens with sports? You get families coming in, you get money for financial aid, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you get kids. You could put 100 kids on the baseball field and let them, compete for a semester, and then you create your team. You know?
So what did you do after you found out that baseball was no longer a thing at LC?
So it's actually a pretty bunch of a shock because when I found out, my third year in LC had already started. So I said, okay, you know what? Like, I was already eligible to graduate. I was like, I already started. I'm already here. So now I got to wait till this semester's over. So I already got classes. But I was in talks with the Rangers coach for the, forgot the name of the.
What was his name?
The coach at
Head
Ranger?
coach. Yeah,
No,
the head coach.
The head coach of the Rangers.
What was his name? Timmerman.
Damn, what was his name?
I don't know.
Norwood.
Norwood. Yeah.
So I was in talks with him. He actually came down to Laredo.
Yeah.
No shot.
He came down to Laredo to see me pitch and I went to throw a bullpen at Alexander High School.
Really?
Yeah, he just got the gun, talked me.
What did it say? 65 on the black, but it was a hard 65. It was
65,
a hard. It was a hard 65.
65 but hard
It's
and
okay.
painted.
It's
And
when
then-
I first touched 90. Like, you
Really?
guys know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, after that, he just told me, "Pues, we gotta wait till this semester like ends and I could graduate and go to Ranger after that."
Okay.
That
So
was the
what'd you
plan.
do?
Well, not much because
Okay.
after LC planning to going to Ranger, I had a medical condition that just put me out of the game for the next 2 years.
Okay. So you had a medical condition.
How old are you at this time, by the way?
Yeah. 21?
21.
Okay.
21. You're 21 years old. You get a medical condition. And so now your goals in life change.
Yeah.
So talk to us how you dealt with it from the surface level, just from the surface.
So at first, when I found out about this medical condition, wasn't much of a big deal at first.
Right?
I just remember having constant pain around my leg,
Okay.
around the lymph node area.
Okay.
And then we went to go get it checked. And he just told me like, oh, like they didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And in my mind, in my head, I was like, I'm still good.
Right.
Easy, simple takeout.
Right.
Play baseball.
Keep it going.
Go to Ranger. Ready. I asked if I could work out and if I could still go for a run, work out. He told me no.
Mhm.
Like they don't know what it is. And that they didn't want to tell me what they even thought it was. They just kept it on the low.
Right.
And they just said, let's just try not to move as much as possible at first. So in my mind, the way that I thought about it at first was just a minor 1 week, maybe 2 week setback. It's fine. But over the course, it just got worse and worse.
So as it went getting worse and worse, obviously we all think the worst, lymph node, the worst, we think cancer immediately. We
Mhm.
think, oh my God, I got cancer. Once that thought process went through your mind,
So
how did you tackle the situation?
So not very well because I do come from a long line of cancer. My
Okay.
mom had some cancer in her leg. My grandpa had cancer in his leg as
Okay.
well. So and then the same area where they got it is where I was getting it.
Right.
So our first thought is like, wow, like it was a struggle.
Right.
I had denial at first,
Mhm.
being like, no, there's no way. Like, I gotta, like, why me? Why did it choose me? Why
Right.
am I getting this? And it was very obvious that there was a problem. I had this giant, like a ball. It was like a golf ball at
Right.
first, just in my leg. And
Okay.
it was constant pain. I was struggling to walk.
Okay.
And then I was really worried. I was trying to get worried,
Right.
again, denial, and then anger started coming out to
Okay.
me. I was just being rude to everybody, like,
Right.
why did this have to happen to me? And it was really difficult at first.
Right.
I didn't take it well.
So it was the transition of you going from LC, no baseball, to you going at Ranger. You had thrown at Alexander High School. He liked what he saw. He offered you. You were ready to go.
Ready to go.
This happens.
Yeah.
And so how long was it from the beginning to the end that you started getting better?
It took a very long while. If I'm not much good with time, but I think it was
18 months?
around 2 years.
24 months.
Yeah, around 2 years, where a lot of surgeries, biopsies, a lot of tests.
Right.
They took out so much blood out of me. Every single week was like, hey, we gotta take out more blood. Hey, now we
Okay.
gotta take out more blood. Hey, we're gonna send blood over to Houston. We need to take blood over there. And it was just constant, and then no answers.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we want, like what is it? They're like, oh, we just don't know.
Right.
But in my head, I was like, they do know. They just don't want to let us know.
Right.
Because it might be like that did not help in my mind.
Right.
Like that just made me feel like it's worse.
Right.
It keeps getting worse and worse. And that ball was still growing and growing and growing. So at this point, I think the 1 year mark, it was bigger than a golf ball, and I just couldn't walk anymore.
Okay.
The pain was constant.
So you were confined to your bed,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back to that part.
Yeah.
So then you decided to have the surgery?
Yeah. After those 2 years, at the very end, finally let us know what it was, and they said, you know what, we could remove it right now. And it brought a lot of joy.
Right.
I was like, finally, like, I'm going to be okay already. Right. And then I lived in a comfortable state where I'm like, where I was just happy enough to like, that's gone. All my problems are over. Like,
Right.
I don't have to worry about nothing. So we did the surgery. I know the surgery lasted a while. Because I remember them telling me, like, funny enough, the surgery was on my birthday too. But they, I remember saying, like, it won't take long. But I remember my mom telling me, like, I waited in there for hours and hours and hours. So I know the surgery took a little bit longer than what it is. And I knew that they were cutting it piece by piece.
Okay.
They didn't just take the ball. It was a little bit more complicated than they thought. And they had to take out little pieces at first, not just the whole thing at once.
Right. Now, was that one sitting on some of the veins as well?
This one was pushing up against a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if it was directly just veins or anything.
Okay.
But they were telling me, it's like, hey, so it was pushing up a lot of stuff, which is why they had to, like, not just remove it all at once. They had to cut it up and remove it.
Okay.
I don't know what exactly it was pushing up against.
Okay. So you went through that surgery. Then, was it your pitching arm?
Yeah, my pitching arm.
It was your pitching arm. You had another one come out.
Yeah, this one was not as drastically big,
Right.
nor as drastic as of a problem.
Right.
But the main issue was that it was directly under a vein.
Okay.
And it was pushing up against the vein. So I think my vein was getting like 60% blood flow or like 65% blood flow. So it wasn't getting all the blood flow through.
Okay.
And, yeah.
And while you're going through all this, are you more worried about, like, damn, my life is in danger? Or are you still thinking, hey, like, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to play baseball? What was your mindset like throughout that process?
During all this, at first I was going through denial, but towards the end of it, it was just acceptance. You know, my platelet counts was very low. I couldn't sleep because my body was constantly cold. It would go from cold to just sweating in a matter of seconds and then back to cold. And then I know the doctors were telling me, like, hey, like, since your platelet counts are very low, you have 0 body defenses right now. They're all focusing on the ball that you have on your leg, the one you have on your arm. And they're like, yeah, we need to, like, we cannot let you get exposed. And this is prime COVID as well. This is during COVID. It's not prime COVID, but still COVID was going on.
Right.
They were telling me, like, you cannot get COVID. And we cannot have you at the hospital because they were full of COVID patients. So they just sent me home. And I know my restrictions to seeing my family was cut. That, like, we cannot even let them, because if they have like a common cold or if they have COVID and they pass it on to you, you have nothing to protect you. Like, you have no defensive. So I just kind of accepted it at first after going through denial, depression, anger. I just accepted it. Like, I don't plan on seeing more after this. Like, I feel like this is it for me. And I just had accepted it towards the end of it.
This is it in what sense? Like life, baseball?
Like, as in life. I just thought it was over for me. Like, it's so easy to get a common cold. And the moment they told me, like, you have no defenses in your body, in your immune system, a common cold would do so much against you and you're not going to go well. Like, I cannot catch anything. So for me, it was like, how easy it is to get a common cold. And I have all the defenses. If I could just imagine without defenses. So I said, like, pretty sure my life is just over. And I already had accepted it. Took a while, but it was like accepted in me already that I probably wasn't going to live through it.
I know you're a religious guy now.
Yeah.
Does that time in your life play a part in your faith? Did you grow closer to God then, further away?
When going through denial, it was pushing me away as, again, anger. And I was always asking, like, questioning God, like, why would you send this to me? Like, you had already sent it to my grandpa. You had already sent it to my mom. Why now me? And it kind of pushed me away. And But towards the end of it, it grew me more into God. I started realizing that God always has like a purpose for everything, and this is just one of his purposes. It could have gone much worse. As soon as my platelet count started going back up, I knew it was like God had an effect on me. God was helping me through it and guiding me through it, next to me the whole time. And it just, after all that, my relationship to God just became stronger.
So basically, you come to realize that you were God's chosen one. You were the chosen one.
Yeah, that's
in
how
your
I see
family.
it. Yeah,
And you were the chosen one, better than your dad or your mom or your
Yeah.
brother. You were the one. And he gave you the situation, this condition, and you overcame it. And you
Yeah.
fought it because maybe your brothers or your mom or your dad wouldn't be able to do it. And he's never wrong, right?
yeah,
So you accepted it, and you were God's warrior. I mean, you were his fighter. So within your family,
Yeah.
you were the chosen one, and you come out on the other side. You just never know. You just never know. I mean, how did you discover that?
the way that I discovered is pretty weird. I remember feeling like some irritation,
Okay.
but I never knew what it was. It wasn't like itchiness or something. Just it felt a little off.
Okay.
And then slowly by the days, I was still working out. So while running, it wouldn't feel right anymore. It felt like there's like something just in there, stabbing in there. And I was like, okay, like it just doesn't feel right. But I continued going. While I was going off, I started feeling like a block. Like if
Okay.
my leg can't, like there's something blocking my leg from extending all the way. And as the bigger it got, I mean, at that point, it was just noticeable. Like you could just see it down there. Like, okay, I have something there in my lymph node. I didn't know it was my lymph node until they told me.
Right.
Like my lymph node was inflated. There's something on my lymph node, and it was just super obvious that I was there.
Wow. Well, you beat it.
Yeah.
You beat it, and you came this far. So then you got healthy.
Yeah.
You went to work, got yourself a job, job,
Yeah.
and then
Best forklift operator in
I'm
Laredo,
just saying,
Texas.
certified forklift
Yeah.
operator,
Hazard
hazard
certified.
hazmat
best.
certified,
hazmat certified.
and then
TV smashing certified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
The
The
smash.
guy's probably
95.
watching the
what?
podcast.
He's probably
right now,
watching the
bro.
podcast.
Oh, okay. So we're not gonna talk
Goes
about
in.
that. What was that? 100 inch?
It was a 95-inch TV, yeah, Samsung too.
Yeah, so you messed up somebody's March Madness, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I know. I feel sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. He didn't get it till after March Madness.
Yeah, they had to go watch it somewhere else. So, what happened next? Your surgeries. You went through therapy. Don't get it twisted. We're gonna get back to that other part.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because people need to know that part.
Yeah.
So you had the Ranger situation, so that didn't go. You got 2 years absent. Then what happened? You got a job, and then what happened?
So I got a job, forklifting. I wanted to help my parents pay it off.
Right.
So I just took it upon myself, taking that extra year, helping them pay it off. It was really big, bill, getting to the hospitals. And then after that, like once I had finished paying it off, like I just didn't feel happy. I was like, something was taken away from me. And I didn't know what it was at first.
Right.
But I was like, I never got to finish what I loved doing. I still had years, and it just came to realize like I never got to do all my years in baseball. Like I still had places to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ranger wasn't my only offer. I was like, why? I started questioning myself, can I go back? Should I go back? I've been out of the game for so long. Like I don't know if I was still eligible to even go back, or if anybody would even take me to like train me again. Haven't thrown a ball after 3 years. Like
Right.
would anybody help me train again? Would anybody help me get back into the game? And so there was a lot of questions if I should go back or not. And then one day I just woke up and I remembered like, this is not the life I want to live. I
Right.
don't want to be a forklift operator my whole life.
Right.
Especially talking a lot with my coworkers. There are guys who are like 70 years old in there, 80 years old in them, and I've asked them for like advice, and they're like, if you love it, go do it. Like, don't be like us. Don't be here. Don't work this 9-to-5 job. Like, if you see your passion is playing baseball,
Mm-hmm.
just go for it. And they really helped me out. And that's when, that same day when I just woke up and felt like this is not what my life is going to be like, I just, messaged this place, ELEV8, and that like not even an hour, not even 30 minutes, got a response. It's like, hey, you know what? Meet me here 10 a.m. Was here 10 a.m. And I mean, you know, you helped me out, start working out here. You accepted me, and I was shocked that you even accepted me to start, because I thought I was just not gonna be in the game anymore.
Right.
But I'm glad that you accepted me and started working out here, started throwing again, and helped me out through the whole time. I'm glad that I realized like this is what I want to do, because this is what I love to do.
Right. Well, you know, you said some of the key words probably when you came in, which was, I want to do this. Yeah. It's not your mom and dad trying to push you to go do it. It's what you wanted. Mm-hmm. And then we had talked briefly that day that I met you. That day that I met you, I knew of you, but I didn't know you. And we'll talk. The reason I knew of you was because the triplets. When I saw you pitch that game against LBJ, I said, "Get that guy over here," because you were throwing like, I think it was like 59, but hard 59 on the black. And I was like, "Man, this guy's a big guy. I can really help him." Yeah. And so one of the triplets, or I think it was both the triplets,
right?
Both
of them, yeah.
On the team, I said, "Hey, tell that Paez kid to come on over here and let me talk to him." You never made it. No. You made it. What was it? 3-4 years later. No, what year was that? That was 19? No, that was 18. So you made it 6 years later.
6 years later.
You're old, bro.
I'm old.
6 years later.
Too. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
You're only a few years behind. Don't worry about it. Pa.
6 years later, you show up after the twins had told, which two of the triplets, two of the guys that were triplets told you that you needed to come here. You show up 6 years later. I meet you not knowing who you are until I hear the last name, and I was just like, I think this is the guy, because I remember, you know, that you were a senior, 2018. You were pitching against LBJ again. You know, the gun was on you at 59 on the black. That was your fastball, two-seamer.
79.
No, but the rotation was sick, bro. The rotation that day was, I think, 2,700. Yeah, the spin rate. Oh yeah, it was sick, bro. Yeah.
It was 79 miles an hour.
Oh, okay, 79. My bad. So anyways, you came in and I know you said we talked about the pricing and stuff like that, and you told me, you know, I'm paying for this, not my parents. Yeah. And so when you get an athlete that comes in here and says, I'm paying, not my parents, you know that they're on a different level at that point. Yeah. Because you know they're gonna take it serious, and they're gonna try as hard as they can to get to that next level. And so I knew that. So you know, all the kids, all the college guys were in school.
Yeah.
And here you come.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. So you ramped up my mornings again, and so there I was, and there we were. Funny story. So we have the good old trap bar deadlift when Paez got in here. And it was crazy. It was like triple chicken crazy, you know? Oh, yeah, dude. Sorry. He had 25s on there.
Yeah.
25.
He wasn't here yet.
Now, mind you, let's take it back to...
Yeah, what did he look like when he came in here?
Actually, he didn't look that bad. He didn't look that bad.
I had lost some weight already.
Yeah, he had already trimmed down a little bit. He did not look bad. But when he was bedridden, this is crazy, the story, the way he says it. He was in his bed. He was afraid of getting sick, so nobody was allowed in his room. So this dude decided, I'm going to die anyway, so guess what? I'm going out flaming Taco Bell. Every day.
Come on, man.
Every day.
That's the way to do it, man.
He was going to Taco Hell.
Yeah.
And what were you ordering every day?
So,
tell him.
Actually, they were having this special. This is why I first ordered it, because I didn't like it.
Oh.
It was
okay.
I didn't like it, but it was this special where it was 4 5-layer beef burritos with 4 soft tacos with all the sauces that you want.
Look at the joy on his face, man.
And then they had this drink. I think it was like barely coming out. Faja Blast or something.
He doesn't remember. He don't remember.
It was a blue drink.
It was a blue greenish Mountain Dew.
I think it glows
drink.
in the dark, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to.
And it has no lights in there. It's just a drink glows in the dark.
And
And when you drink it, if you turn off the lights, you just
see.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm.
And I would order that every single day. It wasn't my breakfast. I wasn't that unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
That unhealthy. You
No.
weren't moving. So let's be clear to the audience.
You haven't even heard my breakfast meals.
You weren't moving. You were bedridden.
Yeah.
How did you get the food when they would crack the door open and they slide it there to you?
Yeah, so my bed is near the door.
Okay.
It's always been near the door.
Okay.
And
So what did you do? Just grab it or
yeah, they would just
slide
open
it
the
close
door.
enough?
Yeah, they would just open the door and slide it through. And then, well, not the drink because they didn't spill, right? But sometimes they put the drink
Right.
in the box and just.
Right.
Wow.
And then I would just lean out of my bed.
No.
I remember like my hips just being out of the bed already, just grab it, boom. And I would remember I would watch like the show. I don't remember the show actually. It's like a crime solving show, Unsolved Mysteries or something. And I would just watch it and I would like, in like 5 minutes, all the food was gone. Like I would just devour it
Paez, how long did you eat like that?
for 2 years.
That's insane.
Yeah, every single day. And then that was just one meal. That itself, I even know the math. It was 2,800 calories. That's enough for one person for one day. I ate that in one meal. And then at night, I still had Wingstop. I still had Church's Chicken. I still had Wendy's. And in the morning, I had some protein pancakes, so it wasn't that bad.
So you were just trying to hurry up your death. Is basically what you're
Yeah, I didn't really care anymore. I just said,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
go out eating what I want to eat.
yeah, because, you know, always focus into baseball.
Mhm.
Not a lot of fast food.
Right.
I cut that out.
Right.
And after I was like, I've never tasted Taco Bell. So I ordered it.
Dude,
Loved it.
whose first thought is that?
I remember always passing by it and I was like, it looks good. So I got it. And then,
Freaking Taco Hell.
yeah, I just ordered it every single day. Every single day. I just
What did your
ordered it.
breakfast look like?
Just protein pancakes.
Protein pancakes. No, it sounds like you had an audition for My 500-Pound Life. You had an
I was
audition
close to
coming
it.
up. And you were
I was
trying
close to it. We did the research. I weighed as much as a baby hippo.
Wow.
That's pretty wow. Yeah.
It's impressive almost.
Hey.
No,
That
it's
you could even
crazy.
get
It's
that.
crazy. So in the actual weight, you got up to 320.
320 pounds. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
That's
crazy. So right now, we're looking at what, 262, 63,
Right now, I'm
64?
at 261 pounds.
Okay, 261. You came to me at what, about 240?
I came in here weighing 237,
Yeah.
and then you told me we need to pick up a lot of weight because I was very weak. And then we started lifting heavy eating more, and picked it up to 261 right now.
Yeah, so you went from Taco Bell to salmon, lean fish, lean meats,
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
Love shrimp. Yeah, that's good.
protein shakes.
Protein shake.
Shout out to Thorn.
Thorn.
You went to Thorn, which, from a supplementation standpoint, the best in market.
Yeah.
It's basically the Ferrari of supplements. Approved through colleges. And you started on that, and I remember when you left that first day that we deadlifted. The first day we deadlifted, I was like, Alyssa, if this kid ever decides to lift heavy and go 4 or 5 plates on that deadlift, kid's gonna throw 90 plus. Kid's gonna go throw 90 plus. His height, just with his height and his body, he's gonna throw. And she. And I said, "Did you see what he did on the deadlift today?" She goes, "No, I didn't pay attention." She was training her people, and I was like, "He did a whole, what was that, 50 pounds?"
It was some sad weight, chump weight, what I call.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Dude, it was
horrible.
25s on that thing.
I think when he came in, I was barely lifting 2 plates. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're 5 plus plates, 93 plus velo, and we'll get into that. But you came in here with intent, and we had a lot of conversations about what you wanted to do, where you wanted to go, and what the game plan was.
Yeah.
And we executed the plan.
Yeah.
We just kept working and working and working, and You know, I remember you like a 2-year-old kept asking, "When do I get to throw? When do I get to throw? When do I just hold on, hold on. You're gonna get to throw. You're gonna get to throw." And about a month out before you started going to showcases, I think it was May, this past May.
Yeah.
Said, "Okay, let's go. Let's start tossing now." Okay, you started tossing. Then it became a point that your brother could no longer catch you. You beat him up. You beat him up.
Took some baseballs in the back of the head. Just couldn't catch me no more.
So we had to make an adjustment.
Yeah.
And got somebody else to catch you, and then that was probably not as good, but we're gonna protect the innocent.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then on the showcase, you ran into one of the guys that trains here, and he caught you at the showcases.
Yeah.
And
I think all 3 showcases he caught me.
Yeah. So, and at one of those showcases is where, you had a lot of interest from a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're a big guy. It's impressive. You look athletic now. And, you're not that 2018 guy that rolls up his sleeves and, it's just scrawny on the hill. I mean, your legs finally grew, and your shoulders grew, and you filled out your body, and you transformed your body from 320 to the 261, and it's solid 261. You're front squatting, 3 plates without a problem for reps. 3 seconds down, 3-second holds. And we're doing 5 sets of 5. I mean, you're able to do it all.
Yeah.
And so from here, from the weight room standpoint, your strength is where it needs to be. And then we started working on your arm velo, and then we tweaked some things along the way.
Yeah.
And you got it to where you needed to be. So tell us about your experience in these showcases. Okay, I want the audience to understand. He was out of baseball for 2.5 years. He was sick for 2 years. Out of baseball for 2.5. And stood up Ranger Junior College because he didn't go, because he was embarrassed to tell them that there was a medical condition. Not that he didn't want to go, because he wanted to go. The problem was that, he was just embarrassed. He didn't want to tell anybody, and he kept it to himself. Because you also kept that to yourself when you came in. I said, "Hey, do you mind if Alyssa films you?" And you're like, "No, I prefer not to be filmed right now."
Yeah.
Okay. And I respect that, because actually Danny said the same thing. "No, don't film me. I want to work in silence." He actually said the same thing. But yeah, Danny was like 117. The problem was very different.
Not looking.
He was 117. You were, 247.
They're always recording him now, every single time.
Great publicity, man.
Oh yeah.
So, now you guys call each other and say, "Oh, let's wear our black Nike shorts today."
Oh, I'm the poster boy.
Oh, let's both get a haircut today. And Danny, why don't you just shave? And Paez, and Danny telling Paez, "Why don't you just trim down your beard?"
He's just a fan of me. That's how it is.
I think this is the first time I see him with a haircut, though.
Actually, I take a while for haircuts.
No, you don't take a while. You take way too long.
Well, respect, because you did it for the podcast.
You
didn't want to have puffy beard.
Yeah,
nappy beard, bro.
Look cleaner now.
Yeah, it looks respectable now.
Yeah,
it's respectable now. So we were talking about
the showcases.
The showcases.
Yeah.
Explain to us, how did that feel?
So the first showcase, I felt fine going to the showcase.
Right.
Stepping into the field, realization just came into me, seeing like all these ball players, coaches again, stepping into the field, putting on my cleats after not having them on for 2 years, putting on my glove. It just felt like a brand new experience again. I know the game has changed a little bit, adding the clock thing now, bigger bases. And I started getting a little nervous. I'm like, whoa, I haven't been here in a while. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Started thinking to myself, okay, what do I do? What was my warm-up routine like back then? And it was just so new at first. I know that first showcase, I felt good. I did feel a little nervous. I don't think I was at the top of my game after that first showcase, so I didn't really get much of as a view that first one. But moving on to the second one, totally different. I said, okay, you know what? I already went to the first one. I already know how it feels like to act like I've been here before, which I have thousands of times. Felt so much better, less nervous. Just got in there, did my thing. Warm-ups and everything, threw way better. I think my first showcase, I couldn't even hit 89 or I think I hit 89, 88. Couldn't even top 90 for how nervous I was. Second showcase, 93, 92s, 91s, nothing below 90. And then that's where I started hearing from coaches left and right, like, hey, like, come talk to me. Oh, you come talk to me. After the showcase, I was getting phone call after phone call after phone call, messages. Third showcase, same thing. Hit 93, 92, 91 on a consistent basis, and just all the coaches wanted to talk to me. Phone calls after phone calls right after. So it felt better. It felt good to be there again. It felt good to start throwing again, you know, having people that I didn't even know that were there, just for them to come up to me and be like, hey, like, you throw fast, dude. Like, help me out. Like, what do you think I should do? It's just, I felt really good being up there. I really enjoyed it.
So then, how was that recruiting process? Were you nervous?
I was pretty nervous.
Because it's a very different deal. Like if you're playing in high school or a JUCO and the coaches come up to you and say, hey, you know, we really like how you play the game.
Yeah.
You know, we'll keep in touch. Here, it's like you're there and you may never see them again.
Yeah. It was pretty scary seeing those coaches there. And I once they came to talk to me, I was like, I know once I told them, like, oh, I've been out of the game for a while, that's where it would come to me, like, okay, once I told him this, like, is he going to be like, oh, never mind? Or like, would he still accept me? So it was pretty nerve-wracking for me, waiting till after the showcase. Like, am I going to get a call? Am I going to get a text from him? Him knowing that I had a medical condition and that I had to stop playing for 3 years. That's what was really freaking me out towards the end of the showcase, seeing who's going to want to pick me up for that after that.
Yeah, because I know you and I talked, and you really felt bad about the way it went down with Ranger, because you just didn't show up, and they thought that you just were another Laredo kid that just didn't show up. Well, Ranger, if you're watching now, well, now you know. He had a medical condition. He just didn't want to talk about it to anybody, and that's your prerogative, you know.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about that. That was a concern of yours. You know, are they gonna pick me up, George? You know, they think I may still be, you know, sick or injured or whatever. Do they want to take that risk, that chance? I said, just go throw. They're gonna see your velo, and they're gonna pick you up.
Yeah.
So you went to 3 or 4?
3.
You went to 3. And how many private ones did you go to? Was it 2?
2 of them. Yeah, I went to 2
you went to 2 privates. So tell us from there. What happened next?
So after there came to a point where, since I've been out of the game for so long, they needed to check my eligibility.
Right.
It's like, I think the first one who told me was a UTRGV coach.
Okay.
Was, hey, it's like, you're throwing good, but we need to check if you're eligible, since your story is different from somebody that I could just pick up from high school. So it went through a long process, checking if I'm eligible to play or if I'm eligible to play for NAIA.
Right.
Came back with the results, and the only place I was eligible to play in was NAIA.
Okay.
Then I couldn't play anywhere else except for NAIA. So after that, a lot of coaches told me, like, hey, you know, we really like you. You're just not eligible to play with us. Like, we literally cannot offer you anything.
Right.
So I had 2 NAIA coaches offer me.
So then you had the 2, and you and I had talked about what's really impressive, that I spoke to a coach. I spoke to a coach in San Antonio, and you know, the last showcase you threw at, and one of the privates you went to, they had told me that, you know, the only way they would pick up anybody is if they had a power arm.
Yeah.
and take it from there. What happened next?
So after that, Olu, Our Lady of the Lake, was the one with that seemed the most interested in me. They were telling me how, hey, we're looking for pitchers. We're looking for pitchers that throw high 80s, like 90s, above 90s. And they really liked me. They kept in contact with me. I'm talking about like every single week. Just, hey, Paez, how you doing? Just want to let you know, like, if you're still interested in coming here. Constant phone calls, constant text. They seem really interested. And then I think like in 3-4 weeks later, they just came back with the offer. And I really liked the offer that they gave me. It was a very impressive offer. And
Yeah. Considering that, from what I understood, like they already had their team set.
Yeah.
For next year, and then they found you. They saw you. You impressed them with your velo. You impressed them with your height, your physique, the way you look. Because you're very athletic for being as big as you are. We're out there in the mornings. Danny's out there too. You keep up with Danny, and Danny's very fast. And you can stay in some of the workouts that we do. I mean, you're right there with him because he's very athletic. And so, you stay right with him until we're not going to talk about what happened the other morning. About us. Snap, crackle, pop. What happened? No, the good old hamstring gave out on you, old man.
I still won the race, but it's okay. I won the race.
No, that doesn't sound like you won.
I just
Because I can still run. Let's race right now and see who wins.
So they came, they picked you up.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about Olu was that you and I had talked about it, and you and I had spoken about, George, you had said, George, I really don't want to go too far, and it'd be great if I could find something in San Antonio. And you ended up in San Antonio.
Yeah. Our Lady of the Lake University.
Yeah. So they're gonna get a good one. Our Lady of the Lake. There is someone there from Laredo that plays, right?
There's two.
Two guys.
Two guys. I just found out today.
Who is it?
I don't know his name,
bro.
Okay.
But he played at United South the same years with Devin.
Okay.
Or the same year as Devin, because Devin was telling me about it. But
okay.
I just
so Devin is still playing, right?
Devin is still playing.
Okay,
yes.
so he played there with you at South. Okay. So you're gonna go play there. Great school, great location, close to home, close to come back and see your mom and your dad, and you have a brother that's moving there with you as well.
I do have a brother going as well, studying to become a PA.
Okay.
PA program over there at UT Health.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so both of you guys will be up there. What's your little brother gonna be doing?
He's gonna stay in
at
Laredo.
Crumble. He's gonna be a cookie crumble.
Crumble cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
Bro.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to aspirations to play college basketball? What did he say?
I feel like it's taking him a while to realize, but I know one day he's gonna realize he's gonna want to play. He's gonna realize.
Is he gonna be 45 years
better
old?
figure it out by tomorrow.
He's gonna be 50 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now he's 21.
Okay.
And not the most disciplined, but
right.
I know he has a lot in him. I feel like he's gonna gain some discipline soon. Hopefully start coming to work out here at ELEV8, because I really would love him to play in basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball college.
But I think everybody's on their own time, right? Everybody's got their own clock. Everybody's gonna, everybody has.
It's a different way to the top.
Yeah, and
it's not linear.
And there's no pressure. There's no timetable.
Yeah.
You woke up one morning and said, "This is what I'm gonna go do."
Yeah.
I'm gonna message ELEV8, and I'm gonna, go do what I want to go do.
Yeah.
Which on your behalf is a smart move, because I say this, we did a signing today, and one of the things that I told her was that, you have to do it now, because if you don't, you're going to regret it.
Yeah.
And I had many conversations with this athlete about that, because there's a lot of doubt. Am I even good enough to go there? Do I belong? And in you, it's a little different. It's a little bit more mentally challenging, because you've been out of the game.
Yeah.
for so long. It's gonna be it's gonna be almost 3 years that you're out of the game before you face a live batter,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I tell you, just being the first one, and then you'll be all right. It's just nail him. Just don't let it be a guy from Laredo. Yeah, just nail him. You'll relax, and then you'll go.
Full
Throw it,
93 to
yeah.
the thigh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm proud of you that you went back and thought, well, you know what? I better go do this, and I better do it now. And we talked about that.
Yeah.
And so, because there's going to come a day you're going to have a family. And when you want your son or your daughter to go do something, you're going to say, no, I did it. So you're going to have to do it.
Yeah.
Because if my broke ass did it, you guys ain't broke. So you guys
have to do it.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell all you guys. And for those, athletes that are listening to this is go do it now. There is no tomorrow. Put in the work. Don't look back. Don't let those distractions. What is it? Esports you're talking about earlier.
Esports.
Yeah. Don't go play those games. Go work. Because when it's over, it's over. You hang those cleats on the wall, and you're like, you know what? It's over. It's done. That's it. It's over. There's no more. That's it. I mean, you don't want to. Well, there's more to that. There's more to baseball once you hang them up. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like you hang them up, and you don't want to be that 45-year-old still playing in the adult league.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more important. That time spent at night in the adult league could be spent with your kids, and giving them the quality training that they need. So do it now. Don't look back. Forget the distractions, and move forward. Because once it's over, it's gone. And so now you have. How many years eligibility do you have?
So my case is a little different.
Okay.
We're still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
As of right now, we know that I still have a year of eligibility left. But we're still trying to figure out if I have another. I think I still have like two more years.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like. 2 more years. And they'll figure it out. Just go to compliance there.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to school, figure that out. Don't let it. Figure it out. Because that's important too. Excuse me. That's important to know, how much more time you have, because there's going to come a day you're going to have to hang it up.
Yeah.
And you're going to go all out to go do the best that you can and be the best version of yourself and try to go next level. And so don't cut yourself short. You don't want to cut yourself short. You got to stay on the right path. So tell us, what coaches what coaches in your past? I know you said your pitching coach,
Chapa.
Did your dad ever coach you?
So my dad did coach me throughout my whole life. He tried his best.
Right.
For somebody who never played.
Right. Okay.
And his only form of playing baseball was grabbing a random stick and throwing a rock in the air. Was his only form of playing baseball.
Okay.
He tried his very best coaching me. He was very strict, very
old school.
Yeah, very old school at teaching. And not all the methods that he would teach me would be like correct method.
Right.
Like I know for him, like touching weight was a huge no-no.
Yeah.
So I went through a lot of years without touching weight. But he has helped me out through a lot. He's the one who always told me, like, he showed me a lot of discipline, how to control my attitude towards the game, and how to have the right mentality in the game. So he has helped me out through a lot.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Talking about mentality.
I have a question about mentality.
Yeah.
What do you think, what was it mentally that flipped that allowed you to go from being on the verge of death, or at least thinking that you were about to die, to I still got this. This is something I want to pursue, and getting after it? Because I know it wasn't easy. I know there was doubt creeping in your mind the entire time, worry, you know, am I going to be able to play again? Is this just a waste of time? What was your thought process?
What really flipped the switch on me, and one of my greatest inspirations was my little brother. Seeing my little brother, and I remember him. I had taken him to church with me one day, and he told one of my friends, like, "Don't tell my older brother." He calls me Chewy. Don't tell Chewy, but I look up to him a lot. And then my friend came up to me and told me that. That really sparked something in my head. Like, he looks up to me a lot, and I'm out here just, you know, weighing 320 pounds and not doing anything, just going to work, coming back, being lazy, having the wrong mentality. And I was like, is this the example that I want to give my little brother? Like, is this really what he wakes up to and sees me not doing anything? And he's like, oh, I look up to him. Like, no, that for me really switched up a lot and started changing my mentality. Like, hey, like, it's not just me. Like, he doesn't just see me as a person next to him. Like, he sees me as, oh, it's my older brother. It's my brother. And that really helped me switch my mentality to like, hey, I got to start working out. I got to start running. I got to start earning my own money. I got to start. And, he would actually always search up these baseball videos, college baseball, college basketball. And I remember him always telling me like, oh, I wish I could have seen you play. Like, cause he was never able to go to one of my games. So I was telling me like, I wish I could see you play. And that really also helped me. Like, I can still play. Like, I can still do this, and I want to do this. So he was a very big inspiration and helping me go back to this, and just seeing him always looking up to me. I come home at work and he's waiting for me in the couch just to have a simple conversation. Starts telling me like, hey, can you tell me like one of the stories of you when you used to play? And he was always telling me like, oh, I wish you could still play right now. I would love to see you play. So that really like switched up my mentality, and like, I just can't live like this. I want him to see somebody who's striving for their dreams. I want him to see somebody who doesn't have a weak mentality, but actually has a strong mentality. Hopefully he picks up on that and wants to be like that. And that was really one of the greatest reasons on why my mentality just switched.
Yeah, because
that reminds me of a quote. I was talking about making that new intro earlier.
Yeah.
And the quote that I added on the intro is by this philosopher, I think. His name is Nietzsche. And it goes, he who has a why to live for can bear almost any how. Meaning, the moment that you find your purpose, whether it's supporting somebody, loving somebody, taking care of somebody, the moment that you realize what your purpose is in life, you can do anything because you have a reason to do it. If you're just doing it to do it for yourself, even, then, you know, you'll think, man, maybe this illness, this disease, this condition really is the end. Maybe I don't got it. Maybe I don't have to go work out today. But if in the back of your mind, you're like, my little brother wants to see me play. My little brother looks up to me. You know, now you have a reason why. You have a why, and you can bear almost any how. And that the how that you had, dude, I mean, people go through injuries, people go through one bad game, and that's it. Their career ends right there because they gave up. And you went through, I mean, bro, seriously, I know I poke at you a lot, but dude, that's a crazy story, and I'm very happy for you. Come a long way, and I'm sure you're gonna do great things at Olu. I'm sure that was a great feeling, getting the call from the coach, and dude, you should be very proud of yourself. That's not an easy feat, not at all.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it, honestly.
It's definitely a 180. You know, once you know, hey, you know what, I'm gonna be 6 feet under. I'm done. This is it. Let me go out in style and let me eat everything and anything I want to eat. I mean, I'm done. We've had these conversations. For you to go from 0 to 100 and flip that switch to say, I've been given the second chance. I overcame an obstacle, and that obstacle, I was the chosen one. Because nobody else could go through that. Only me and my family. And he's overcome. And now it's just the beginning now of how you're going to finish writing your legacy as a baseball player. Because then after that, you know, you got to go back to the grind, right? Yeah. Different kind of grind.
Well, something that's going to help you while you're over there is that that crazy challenge we did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
you're
why don't you tell the people, Vice? I guess, hey.
the treadmill trooper we call him over
the
here.
treadmill trooper. So this past Memorial Day weekend, we did, as you all know, we all did the 24 hours, 24 miles. 4 miles every 4 hours. So 8, 12, 4, 8, 12, and 4. And so Vice is like, oh, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm not going to let the old man beat me. I don't know. I'm going to do it. So then Danny came in town and, everybody was on board. Alyssa, Adi, and, Anna, and we're all on it. Danny, me, and we're like, okay, let's do it. All right, Vice. Danny has the inside of it.
Yeah.
But tell us how you felt. How did, first of all, on a serious note, do you feel like it prepared you for anything that you've done this summer?
Yeah. After that run,
Right.
it unlocked something in my head telling me like there's so many things that my body can do that I haven't even realized yet. I think that run, those last 2 runs were killing me. It was super hot. I think we were hitting like maybe like 102, 101 degrees outside.
Yeah, but the heat index, I believe, was like 123, 125 heat index.
Yeah.
The heat index was insane.
Yeah.
And
then only I thought about bringing a long, thick, long sleeve. And those 2 runs made me realize like, wow, like my body is still going. And honestly, it helped me out to know what true failure is. Like I used to think what true failure is, but after that run, I unlocked like, this is what true failure is. To like, it's so hard to even pick up my left leg. It was so hard to, and having that mentality, like I gotta keep going. I can't just stop. And after the next run is just have to do it. I can't just stop now. I can't just fail. So I know this prepared me so much more for what's gonna happen in San Antonio, Our Lady of the Lake. I know this little challenge we did is gonna help me out a lot.
Yeah. So Danny, explain to me, how did he look trying
Dude,
to get up from the floor?
I mean, I think we would wake up like 30 minutes before the run was scheduled.
Right.
And I'd be lacing up my shoes, taping up my ankle. And I look back, it's 10 minutes before start time, and this guy's on one knee barely. From being laying on his back completely, he got up to one knee after 20 minutes. And this guy gets up and he's walking like, and we're all thinking, there's no way this guy is even going to step outside the door. But somehow, some way, he got hot and he kept going. I was very, very impressed. I mean, dude, you're carrying a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And you hadn't run. I mean, none of us had, right? But you're carrying the most weight here. Dude, and especially from what you're coming from, that was really, really impressive. I didn't think you would stick it out.
Yeah.
You
was
were
really
sitting
difficult.
in that corner, and I would hear the groans. I'm gonna grab. And it just take you forever to get out of that corner, man.
Yeah,
but
no.
You did it.
Well, you were still asleep actually. No. You guys would wake up 30 minutes before. I would wake up an hour before, knowing it's gonna take me a while to stand up. So I think it took me like 30 minutes just to get on both feet. Still had to put on my shoes. Still had to stretch, get ready. So my process took a while. I wish we had a video of me getting up. I don't think we took that.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah? We'll have a video next time.
Yeah, we'll have a video. I think I'll
camera crew and
more
everything.
prepared next time. No.
Yeah, maybe this time it's not where the heat index advisory is at 125.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
We'll go do it somewhere exotic. We'll take a trip.
Yeah. That was
an experience.
Yeah. That was an experience, but no, it was a great experience because I actually saw you. I mean, I saw you training here. But we were never, our conditioning was supposed to start June 1st with the summer speed. And then, we weren't even planning on conditioning. I just needed you to train until it was time to get conditioned. May, you started throwing. June, you start running. And so you know, the stories I heard from you trying to get up, holding onto the box. You know, you look like a 90-year-old person over there.
Probably
you know?
worse.
You were like, when I came in and I saw you over there in the corner over there, I was like, "Where's Spice?" And you're like, "I'm right here." and you're like, "George, I can't move. I can't move.
couldn't.
I'm gonna cramp. I'm gonna cramp. I'm gonna cramp."
Yeah, no, it was horrible. And I mean, I don't know how they got up like nothing. These guys I wouldn't hear no complaints. Just like, oh, okay, next run. Like, dude, how are these guys just getting up? Like, it felt like I had knives through all my legs. Surprisingly, no shin splits. I think that was like my main concern, but no shin splits, surprisingly. But I think the hardest part was getting up.
Right.
Like, after sleeping for like an hour only, or like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And knowing that the next run is coming is like, okay, how am I even gonna get up? I had a lot of thought in my head, like, dude, can I even run right now? Can I even get up? And like, should I just stop? But seeing everybody like
Pop up.
like, all right, we're ready. Like, okay, I have to, like, there's no way I'm gonna stop. And seeing you too, George, like, you're like, you come in with your headphones, you're already ready. I'm like, oh, I can't just stop right now. So getting up was the hardest process. Yeah, that was too difficult. Too difficult.
Well, no, that, you know, I talked to, I've spoken to Danny and, you know, Alyssa and stuff, and I was very impressive considering from where you came from, to mentally challenge yourself, to take your body to failure, and we still had 60% in the tank. You know, Goggins made that 24, but his is 48 miles in 48 hours.
Gosh.
You know, that's the original.
Yeah.
You know, we just condensed it because we did it on Memorial Day, you know, and, you know, it was something to reset our brain, reset our mindset, to be able to go do the things we need to go do. I mean, even, you know, you had the showcases to go to.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has something to accomplish in the summer with goals, short-term goals over the summer. Let's get them done. Let's, you know, our days are longer, you know, and you just got to get things done. You got to get things done in a timely fashion. And, you know, it was impressive to watch you from where you came from. Because when I was running, I was like, you were running in front of me. I was like, you know, this dude was in his deathbed eating freaking Taco Bell, 2,800 calories every meal. And here he is running 4 miles every 4 hours. So that was impressive to me, you know, to watch that, you know, but you did great, and, you know, and you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. The things you've gone through, you were the chosen one. And, you know, anything that comes before you at this point, it's going to be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
It's going to be a piece of cake. You're just going to walk right through and say, okay, here's another challenge for me. All right, what I got to do to make it work? And then you just keep moving forward, because you'll overcome it again. I you know, I know some people have been told about it, and they're like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Oh yeah, I'd like to do that. Well, you know, in that heat, that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock, those last two runs, that was brutal. That was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. So, you know, congratulations to that, and you know, getting your head out of the gutter and thinking, hey, this is it, finding your purpose, and knowing, hey, you know what, this is the beginning. This is not the end. This is the beginning. I'm set out to do some really, really good things, some great things in my life, and I'm not gonna let it stop here. So you take off to Olu. You're gonna take off. You're gonna go play. You worked on your mindset. You're doing summer speed, getting conditioned. How do you feel right now? How mentally and physically, how do you feel?
I feel like mentally and physically, I'm the best shape I could have right now. Not just on the field, but also out of the field.
Okay.
I just know, you know, more challenges are gonna come.
Right.
But with these challenges that I've faced, like, I know I could get through any challenge right now. Mentally, I just know I'm strong enough to where I know any challenge that comes my way, I know it's not gonna be the end. there's gonna be more challenges. I know it's just gonna be a little bump on the road, but I could overcome everything on and off the field.
Yeah.
Paez, coming from somebody who has been at rock bottom,
Yeah.
what would be a piece of advice that you'd give your younger self, or somebody who feels like the world is falling on top of them, who thinks that, you know, they're at the end of their career, at the end of you know, they're in a tunnel, they see no light? What would you tell that kid, that person who feels like this is it, that there's no hope?
Honestly, there's something that I would always say was just don't give up anymore. I would always give up, like that time where I accepted like this is it for me and I gave up. That was like my biggest mistake that I ever made. And my best mistake was waking up and saying, why did I give up? Like, why would I give up on my dream? Why would I just let my life go like that? And for somebody that hit rock bottom and thinks that this is the end, it's never the end. Like, just don't give up on your dreams. Keep going. No matter how rock bottom you think you are, there's always a way up.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be a way up. There's always going to be solutions to every problem. And just know they're never alone.
Mm-hmm.
Either you have your family with you, you have God with you. You're never alone. Just never give up on what you want to do in life.
That's a good piece of advice. One of the things that I always say is baseball. Baseball is just something what you guys do, okay? It's not who you are. That's just something you do. It's not who you are. And you've got to keep pushing, keep setting goals. Don't look back. And you know, just like everything else in life, you're gonna have haters when you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Because they can't fathom you're doing it. They're like, "Oh, I was better than Paez." Well, yeah, but you know what the difference between Paez and you are? Is that Paez never quit. He just kept going, and you did.
Yeah.
And you let distractions get you. And that's a big difference. And you thought that because you were all everything in Laredo, you were gonna go do that in Dallas, Texas. And let me tell you, there's guys working 10 times harder than you.
Yeah.
And that's why you ended up having to come home. But you know, that never give up attitude. I've always said, don't let that sport, whatever sport you play, to all the young ones, whatever sport you play, that's just something you do. It doesn't define who you are. It's not who you are. So a lot of times, like Danny, you said it earlier, you know, you make 4 errors in a game, 3 errors in a game, or whatever. You give up, you know, 2 grannies to Aaron Nixon. You go, you know, 2 grand slams, and I mean that's most people's career right there.
Yeah.
They just hang it up after that. They're like, and you never quit, and you never stop, and you just keep going, you keep going, and keep going until you know when you've had enough, and say, okay, I took it this far. This is where I'm stopping. And for those athletes out there that sometimes, you know what, it's okay to say, you know what, I gave it a shot. It didn't work out for me. That's something different because you went and you tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're like, no, I want my life to go in a different direction now. I'm done with this. It's not fun for me anymore. Okay? And then that's when you make that, you know, transition to say, okay, I'm hanging it up and this is why. And that's okay. But it's just when you just flat out don't go to class, you just go party and you don't do the things you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
That's where it gets, you know, the lack of discipline, the lack of commitment to your craft. And you know, both of you guys have shown me that, you know, you're just gonna keep working, keep grinding, and we got a good group in here training. You know, the college guys, and you know, potentially we have one guy going to pro here shortly. And you know, it's good to see that you guys have the same mindset. Because think about those other guys around you. They're like, oh, they're always going to shoot you down. They're always going to make fun of you. They're always going to do this. It's because they can't do what you're doing, you know? And I can tell you this, your brother, I had the opportunity of meeting your little brother, you know? He probably went to bed thinking, how did he do 24 miles in 24 hours? There's no way. It's a lie. It's not true. It didn't happen. You know, because he can't fathom that you did it.
Yeah.
Because he can't. So until he gets his mindset right and says, hey, you know what? I've got that dog in me too. That's my brother. We got the same DNA. You know, we got the same blood running. I got that too. I can do it.
Yeah.
And he just has to go out there and do it.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't give up. You can't give up. I know you failed. You have failed.
Yeah.
I know you have failed. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is that the failure is part of the process. That's the only way you learn how to win. Failure is part of the process. I know we've had tough times. Everybody has had tough times, but you just keep going. You don't look back. Keep going. Put it behind you, and just keep going. What would you tell the kids? What would you tell the kids that play any sport about the failures in life? What would you tell them? Because there are a lot of kids right now. I just heard of one today. We have a kid here. He got hurt pitching.
Yeah.
You know, he was, in the World Series and everything else is going on right now, the younger ones. He got hurt. So, what would you tell someone who got hurt about being resilient, persevering? What would you say?
For those kids who failed, honestly, just don't let your failure define you. Like, it's okay to fail. Everyone's gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
I've failed. Everyone in this room has failed. It's okay to fail. It's from what we learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't tend to learn from their failures and just keep making that same mistake.
Right.
So it's okay to fail. As long as you learn from that failure,
Mm-hmm.
you're going up from there.
Mm-hmm.
And from those who get hurt,
Mm-hmm.
it's natural to get hurt. Everyone gets hurt. It's just the comeback from that. Doing the right steps for it and not just giving up. I've known a lot of players in their life, little minor inconvenience, get hurt, and they just give up on their sport at that second. It's not the right way. There's always a comeback from any injury that you get with the right procedures, getting the right treatment, making sure that you're going to be okay. You could always make a comeback from getting hurt.
Yeah, well, Danny did too. Danny hurt his shoulder, and he's went on to go play, and he's going to go on to go play again, which is hard to do. Again, baseball is very competitive, and with the portal for college sports, it's made it that much more difficult. Final words. Would you like anything to say, Danny?
No, I think Paez, you have an incredible story, dude. Now you just gotta go seal the deal.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see you pitch, see you get your work done. We're all gonna be cheering from wherever we're gonna be. People in buttfuck Africa, and you'll be right here in San Antonio. But we're on the same boat, heading in the same direction.
Yeah.
Just trying to live out our dreams and do what we set out to do. But yeah, Paez, actually an incredible story coming from rock bottom, like we said earlier, to this is what you dreamed of.
Yeah.
And it was a long journey. You graduated 2018, and it's 2024.
Yeah.
And just to throw a ball 60 feet.
Yeah.
That's long. Crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. No, yeah. You've come a long way. What's most impressive to me is, again, the mindset. And that's where it all starts. That's where it all begins, and that's where it all ends, right?
Yeah.
Your mindset of accepting that you were going to die, you accepted that mindset.
Yeah.
And then the acceptance of, I'm not done. I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
Okay. So, nothing positive comes from a negative thought.
Yeah.
Nothing positive comes from a negative thought. Negative mindset, negative people, negative energy, nothing positive is going to come from that. Trust me when I tell you that.
Yeah.
So stay positive. We're always here to help. You're going to go get checked, right, before you leave?
Yeah, August 6th.
August 6th, you got a doctor's appointment. You feel good.
Amazing.
No issues right now.
Nope.
So, you're going to go to Houston, take care of business, and then go on to San Antonio, do your thing. And you go from there.
Yeah.
You go from there. last words. Anything else you want to say to the people? Uh, whether they're your haters, your fans, or your brother, your family, your mother, sister.
Honestly, I just want to thank a lot to my little brother. He's honestly greatest inspiration for me. He's helped me out so much. Seeing him every day. I want to thank to my parents for being supportive in this. I know at first they didn't even know about this, but when I had told them about this, not once did they say anything. They just said, "Hey, this is what you want to do." They're gonna support me in it, and I'm just glad to all of my supporters around me, all my friends, my family. Every single one of them has supported me, and I just want to thank them, the bottom of my heart. Honestly, like it would have been much harder if it wasn't for them as well.
I didn't realize you had friends, but no, I'm just kidding.
We just work out together, bro. So
It's acquaintances.
don't think that we're friends or anything.
Never seen them outside of these doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Paez, we really appreciate your time. I know you took your day off today,
Yeah.
and we want to thank your boss for allowing you to be here tonight. We greatly appreciate that. You know, we're on a time crunch because Danny goes back to school. Big Dante, he's sticking around. But Danny's leaving, and so it's hard to get all you guys on. And everybody's leaving here in the next 2.5 weeks. So
Yeah.
we're trying to get as many people as we can. And we want to say thank you to you, to your family, to your boss for letting you
Yeah.
come in tonight. We had a backup, and that backup, we'll get to him next week.
Some
Yeah.
nobody.
He's nobody. Nobody knows him.
Small name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never met him.
Yeah, never met. But yeah, we'll get to him. Excuse me. We'll get to him next week,
Yeah.
if not the following week. But thanks again. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being a good sport. You know, the other day you were training, and some dude tells you, "Hey, why don't you just go get another tumor?"
Hey,
And I'm not gonna mention any names, but Danny V is the one that told you that.
just so you become more resilient, bro. I think you need a little bit more adversity in your life,
Yeah.
man. It won't
just
hurt.
Threw that one. He just threw
Yeah.
that one in there.
It won't hurt.
Surprising.
I would have said it. We'll go get you another shoulder.
All
But
right.
anyways,
Too soon, man.
no. But with all seriousness, no, you've been a good sport about it all. And I appreciate what I appreciate is two things: your commitment to showing up every morning because you never missed. If you missed, it was because of family or you had to go do something for your brother or
Yeah.
with your brother
Yeah.
in San Antonio. And you worked.
Mhm.
You worked, and you worked hard because you don't go from 100 pounds in the trap bar to 550 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, in 3 months, you just don't. And and you don't go from over 90 velo, 93 plus, just by sitting on the couch
Yeah.
or driving the forklift. You've put in the work, and congratulations to you and kudos.
Thank
And
you.
I know you're gonna go kick some ass at Olu, and you're gonna go do what you got to go do, handle your business, and graduate and do whatever you need to do after that.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you and your family. I know you can't do this without your family, and I truly believe your little brother will wake up one morning when everybody's gone, and he'll wake up and he'll say, "What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?" And he's going to probably be like you, find our Facebook and say, "Hey, can I come work out? What I do to work out?"
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for. Not only do we help you on the field, we also help you off the field to overcome the challenges that are put before us in order to excel and be the best version of ourselves. So that's what we do. We want to thank Big Dante for showing up tonight. I know, it's been a long day. It's been a long, busy day.
Yeah.
Some of us have been working since very early.
Yeah.
So some of us went to Summer Speed this morning. Yeah, neither one of them went. this
Actually,
morning.
only you.
Yeah. I have a good excuse.
Neither one of them went. So yeah, we want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. This story is a very, very compelling story. It's you never think of laying in your bed saying, "I'm done." Not just in your sport, but in life. And that's what he did. He said, "I'm done." gave up and came back and got a lot of money to go pitch for Olu. And that'll be his next home for at least a year. And that's extremely impressive because there's guys that are all state, all everything in schools here and don't go do shit. And you've been out of the game for a while.
Yeah.
And you graduated 6 years ago. And to go do what you're about to go do, kudos to you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you guys for watching.
We'll see you soon.